Folks, as most of you might have noticed by now, the Part 2 celebration in terms of the content rollout has been a little bit unusual when compared to Part 1. Part 1 obviously started off with a bang with the 7-year LRs dropping on the second day of the celebration, and then of course that gave everybody a lot of time to work on the new content. Whereas for Part 2, the banner took a little bit longer to show up. In fact, it took a whole 7 days before we actually got the banner. We then had to wait and pretty much run through all the other content before that. So we had the EZAs, we had the Red Zone, and we had the Legendary Goku Vegeta events. And I'm sure some of you guys are still probably working on this, but a lot of you guys might be done and waiting. And with the Part 2 banner not exactly being the best banner, since it is a legendary banner instead of a Dokkan Festival banner, most of you have probably also avoided the summon. So that just leaves Part 3. What is coming up in Part 3? Well, we already know what's coming up in Part 3, but when is Part 3 coming up? Because you guys might be waiting for more content. That is what we're going to discuss in today's video. But first, your subscriber challenge. It's been a while since we've done this. So if you guys choose to accept it, here is today's subscriber challenge. This is actually a throwback to one of my tweets that I posted a long time ago on Twitter. This is a math equation, a Dragon Ball math equation. Your goal is to decipher it, to solve it, and figure out what exactly I'm trying to say. If it's a word, a phrase, a concept, I want you to try to see if you can figure this out and then post it in the comments down below. Try not to look at other people's posts because someone will probably get it before you and it might spoil it for you. So just post your own guess in the comments down below. If you happen to solve it, then you got to subscribe to the channel right now because I want your mathematical skills, your prowess on my team. As you guys may know, I tend to be a little bad at math sometimes. I can't do simple addition and subtraction. So I would love to have you on my team. We are trying to hit 50,000 subscribers before the end of the 7-year anniversary. And I can't believe I'm saying this. It's actually possible. And if that happens, I will be playing Dead Space on Twitch. So yeah, it's actually starting to become a real possibility. I'm gonna have to talk to my therapist to prepare for that. But anyway, if you guys don't figure it out or simply don't want to subscribe, that is okay. I will earn your subscription in the next one. Now, let me just start off by answering the question because I know a lot of you guys are dying to know. When does Part 3 begin? Part 3 begins in 4 days. Okay? So for those of you who are dying to figure that out, there you go. But I would ask that you stick around for the rest of the video so that I can tell you some other stuff. This is when Part 3 is going to begin. The reason why I say that is because the difference between Part 1 and Part 2 has been 12 days. The difference between Part 2 and Part 3 on JP was also 12 days. The difference between Part 3 and the EX part was, I believe, 9 days or less. No, I think it was 9 days. And then the EX part until the end of the 7-year was about a week. So it's obviously diminishing returns, but the first 2 transitions were both 12 days. So looking at how things played out on JP, the co-op missions for JP started on the 29th of January. So that's the starting point. And then if we look at Part 2, which is again the co-op campaign date, that is the 10th of February, which is exactly 12 days. So with that said, from the 10th of February, moving on into Part 3, we see that it starts on February 22nd. The reason why I'm using JP and not global is because right now, as I'm recording this, the global Dokkan Wiki for this 7-year is under maintenance and it's all wonky and weird. So I can't exactly use that, but it's still, I mean, the same concept here. So the 10th until the 22nd, that is 12 days. So we are obviously not in Part 3 yet. We are in Part 2. And since today, as of me recording, is the 26th of July, it could also be the 27th for some of you, wherever you're watching this, whenever you're watching this, 12 days is going to be the duration of Part 2. Since Part 2 for global started on the 19th of July for most of you, for me it was the 18th, you add 12 days to this, and what do you get? You get the 30th or the 31st of July. So since today is the 26th for me, the Part 3 is going to start July 30th at reset. That constitutes 4 days from now, which means in 4 days, you will get the LR Gogeta EZA, the LR Vegito EZA, and the 3 combo units EZAs as well. Those 3 units will be awakening. Actually, those 5. See, I don't know how to do math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 EZAs are going to be dropping on the 30th of July. And that is going to be a lot of content because not only are we going to be getting that, we're going to be getting the Legendary Goku Vegeta event, more missions. We're going to be getting more Red Zone stages. And these Red Zone stages, if you thought Baby was bad, if you guys thought that Baby was bad, and let me tell you, I'm a believer in how difficult the Red Zone can be now. I have been experiencing these for the first time with you guys, live on stream, in videos. It has been some of the most brutal experiences of my life. Baby was tough. Wait till you get a load of Sin Shenron and Broly. That is going to be ridiculous. So if you think you're going to be bored after a couple of days, think again. Running through the gauntlet here is going to really test your patience. Obviously, if you're like, you know, the whaliest of the whales, you're probably going to have a little bit of an easier time. But even still, this is going to really test you. So yeah, look forward to that during part 3. Also, their banners will be out. You will also get the legendary Goku and Vegeta event additional missions. So there's going to be a lot of stuff for you guys to do. You just have to wait 4 days. What can you do for the next 4 days to wait for this? Well, you could obviously prepare for these by either watching videos on other channels or perhaps just simply putting together teams that you think might work based on what you see on the Dokkan Wiki. I would actually recommend that you guys don't watch videos and simply just try to experience it for the first time, which is what I've been doing, and I've been having a blast. Obviously, I'm getting a little annoyed, but it's still been fun and challenging. And another big thing you guys can do, once again, we are going to be getting the most gargantuan event in Dokkan history at the end of the 7-year anniversary. This is called the Extreme Z Battle Dokkan All-Stars. I've talked about this on multiple occasions. I'm going to make a video on this coming soon. But for right now, what I would recommend that you guys do is take a look at this. I'm going to link this in the pinned comment or in the description for you guys to go check out. These are all of the categories that you are going to need to actually run through all of these events. This is a 1,000 stage EZA event. Look at this, 500. It goes all the way down to 99999. So how many nines did I just say? 999. And it's going to be a very trying one. So the best thing you can do is from working from the back or from the end, moving back to the beginning. So start with Universe Rebel Saga, put together that team. Take a look and see what units you might be a little bit worried about. Obviously, the later on you look, the more important they're going to be, as they are the final bosses. The final one is Tech LR Golden Frieza. Goku Frieza. And yeah, so Universe Rebel Saga, Terrifying Conquerors, Future Saga Defenders, and so on and so forth. Just do this. This will take you plenty of time. Workshop your teams, try them out, take them on Super Battle Road, take them through Dokkan events, see if you have some nice synergy with those different teams, and see if they can run through the gauntlet for you. But there you have it, folks. 4 days from now, part 3 begins. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below and let me know in the comments, what are you most excited for coming up in part 3? Is it the EZAs? Is it the Red Zone, the big bad bosses of the Red Zone? Is it perhaps the legendary Goku Vegeta event? Or is it something else entirely? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Just realized, I think a lot of people are probably going to ask this, so let's just see if I can catch a couple of you before you ask it. Will the 1,000 EZA stage happen during part 3? The answer is no. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.